Hi, it's Jim O'Brien from In the Garage, actually out of the garage, taking a test drive. The 2017 Volkswagen Touareg Wolfsburg Edition. That's Volkswagen's hometown, by the way, Wolfsburg. The city emblem you'll see on the side here. There it is. It's pretty cool looking on the outside. I like the idea that Volkswagen has an SUV. Seats 5, doesn't have third row seating, decent storage in the back. The exterior looks on it, some of the trim that you'll notice. It's pretty cool looking on the outside, in an IKEA sort of way. Follow me on this. First of all, I've always said I will give you the price point up front. It's right around $52,000 for this Wolfsburg edition, so it's not cheap. The look inside, outside of this VW, like I said, it's very VW. My wife was pointing out to me, Volkswagens are never really about over-the-top styling, they're about very strong, stout. Do you remember that episode of Friends when Ross went to go do laundry with Rachel, I think it was the first season, and he went to get laundry detergent, but he wanted to impress her, so he got Uberweiss, the strongest detergent known to man. This is a very strong-feeling vehicle. When you're driving the Touareg, it just feels stout, strong. 260 brake horsepower. All-wheel drive. Pretty good handling too, because we had some rough conditions here, so that's not an issue. The suspension, the travel in it, it's actually kind of stiff, which is good, I think, for an all-wheel drive vehicle. I anticipate if you buy an all-wheel drive car, you should anticipate you're going to be driving inclement weather. I want a vehicle that I can feel when I'm handling it, so that part's fine. Again, going back to the IKEA comparison with this car, it seems to be generic. If I covered my hand over the Volkswagen emblem on the steering wheel for the horn, there's no other indication this is a Volkswagen inside this car. None. It's just trimmed out that way. Also, there are some things that you'll notice. The 8-inch screen here that is used for your navigation, your infotainment system, really feels outdated. And I know this is a second refresh from a vehicle that came out 6 years ago, but it feels really, really, really dated. Something else that you notice, no USB plugs. They do have an adapter for a lightning plug, but I have an OtterBox on my iPhone and I couldn't plug it in. That's a pretty big fail. That's one of those that you would really hope that they had figured out sooner than later, because I don't think USB plugs are going away anytime soon. Inside, the Napa leather, the trim, the fit and finish, everything's nice. But again, it's very IKEA-like. It's very sterile. It's very clean, trimmed out. So for an SUV, it's fine. For a $50,000 SUV, it goes from being fine to okay to middle of the road. That's really all I can say about the Touareg. I mean, it is a solid SUV. It's a good drive. Maybe you're not flashy. Maybe you like sort of the furniture you get at IKEA, which is very European. That's the Touareg. If you like Volkswagens, you'll love this. If you don't like Volkswagens, there's nothing in here that will change your mind. It's a solid car though. If you are looking for an SUV, I would recommend at least test driving the Volkswagen Touareg. The price point may scare you away, but I would look at this one. I'm giving it a B-. I just wish, because it is such a flashy, competitive market with SUVs, crossovers, and CUVs, I wish Volkswagen had given this a little more oomph. I know with the 6-cylinder and the 260 horsepower, that's plenty, but you got to have something more. It's got to have a little more flash, styling cues, something. I wish the Wolfsburg Edition badge was right over here. It'd be cool right there. But maybe that's the understated way the Volkswagen wants it. So the Volkswagen Touareg, I'll give it a B-. I'm curious what you guys think about that. You can hit me up on Twitter at JimInTheD. Also, follow along with the podcast. Got some great guests coming up as well. You can subscribe on iTunes. One last thing. Anyone who does a vehicle without USB plugs, I'm going to start knocking points off. I probably should anyway. I probably should have gone further. I have to kind of go back on what I said earlier. How can you in 2017 have a car without USB plugs in it? That blows my mind. Come on, Volkswagen, you're better than that. Anyway, I'm Jim O'Brien in the garage. I'm going to drive now. Uberweiss.